Hello, and welcome. It is your mom of three in NYC, and I am back with another video. Yay! If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Taneza. I'm the mother of three blessed. My kids are blessed kids living in the heart of New York City. I would personally love it if you join my YouTube family, my tribe, and all you have to do is SUBSCRIBE, subscribe down below. If you are a returning viewer / subscriber, make sure that you do turn on your post notifications so that you get every video. All right, guys, I'm rushing here. It's quick get ready with me story time. I want to just jump on here and tell you guys a story while I got my makeup on. In the comments below, do you guys like these or nah? Let me know in the comments below. Thumbs up or thumbs down for these hashtag multitasking mom editions. All right, so we are gonna rewind. It was funny, I was thinking about my channel and all the stories I have. And I was like, wow, I have a lot of stories. But I was like, you know what? You've lived over 20 years in the city. We're gonna rewind. Instead of being 2023, this story took place, it had to have been 2013. Yeah, it had to have been exactly 10 years ago. And what made me think of this story was, one, we went to the Mets game last Sunday. And two, today I was just thinking about how wonderful BB2's daycare is. He's been there, one and only daycare his entire toddlerhood, and they've been awesome. And how his next week, because he's gonna start school with his older two siblings. And how, what a different experience this was, only having to go to one daycare than my daughter. So my daughter, baby girl, was due on November the 11th, 11/11 of 2012. Because my mother-in-law swears it's because of Hurricane Sandy, she came 9 days early. She came on November 2nd, 2012 at 11:12 a.m. I gave birth in November. I was home with her for 3 months. Went back to work in February, but they were awesome, my job at that time. I had meetings in LA. They flew my mom out with the baby since I was still nursing. And it was a whole week of meetings. So I returned to work in February. My amazing mother stayed with us another 5 months until she was 8 months old. And so we learned our lesson. With the other two, we did it differently, but both Hubsters and I were on leave. I was on maternity leave. He was on paternity leave. We took them at the same time. Whereas with the other kids, we took one after the other. Anywho, we're both home with the baby for 3 months. And so it was actually Hubster's idea in this had to have been 2014, you guys. She was born in 2012. 2013, we were looking for childcare. Initially, we're looking at nannies, looking at daycares. I mean, it was crazy. Anyone who lives in New York knows that childcare is crazy. It's crazy. But Hubsters was doing all this research, and he liked the idea of having an au pair. For those that don't know, an au pair is usually an international student that comes to live with a family in exchange for childcare. And the agency that we ended up going with, it was 40 hours a week. They would provide childcare and then any other duties associated with a child. So making the kids meals, doing the kids laundry, any duties that were centered around the child. And we liked the idea of an au pair, well, Hubsters did, because it gave us more flexibility, because we had crazy work schedules, and we could have time on the weekends this way, just 40 hours, however you carve it out. And then they get room and board and get to live with this American family for however long their contract was for. I didn't know that much about au pairs. According to my hustlers, I did, and I mentioned it all the time because I thought it was fancy and French. I don't remember all that. But we decided to go with an au pair when she was not even a year old. She was 9 months old. The first au pair, I'm using all real names in the story. You see by the title. One thing about me, don't mess with my babies. So Ellie was our first au pair. Ellie was, another reason that we wanted to get an au pair was language. We wanted our child to grow up multilingual and so, at least bilingual. So we wanted Spanish or French spoken in the home so that the baby would learn from infancy. And so our first au pair, her name was Ellie. Ellie was amazing. Ellie was so sweet. She could cook. She loved my baby. She took such good care of her. And I'm gonna try and find the email where Hubsters lists all of our rules, you guys. He left nothing to chance. We had rules for everything. We had social media rules. I mean, we had everything. We even got her a phone so that we could communicate with her throughout the day. Ellie was amazing. We lived in Harlem. She went to City College. She had friends that she met through the au pair agency. It was just a great match. Ellie's sister was with child late into her year with us. We wanted to let her stay, but she ended up moving to Italy to basically do the same thing for her older sister, who was having a baby for the first time. Loved Ellie. Ellie was amazing. Bye, Ellie. Our second au pair. Yep, our second au pair. And again, they don't come to these States until they can secure a visa, which means having this job, right? So we only got to know them via Skype. And that's how we interviewed them. That's how you did it, Skype. Her name was Fernanda. I'm saying all names. Period, poo. She was from Colombia. And she seemed fine. Like, she seemed super perky. You want someone very personable, someone semi-outgoing, right? You have to pick someone that's going to be able to navigate New York City. You really don't want some, like, small, no offense, but, like, country bumpkin. That's not what you want. You want someone that can handle themselves in New York City, because you have to admit, New York City's a lot, you guys. What you see in a given day, it's a lot. So we wanted someone that was savvy, smart, but loving. It's our baby girl, right? Our firstborn child. And so she seemed to fit the bill. Again, I'm going to try and find this email, you guys, with all the rules. My Hubsters left nothing to chance. You knew all the rules. So anywho, fast forward to the day of this story. The Friday. How do I remember that? I remember that because we had Mets tickets for that Friday night. And so I ended up leaving work earlier than I expected. And so I got home, I want to say like 45 minutes earlier than I usually do. House though, I can come and go. I was like, what? I'm grown. So anyway, I get to the apartment and I'm on my BlackBerry. Was it BlackBerry? I don't think it was BlackBerry. I was on my phone, but I was doing emails. I was on my phone, still working, answering emails. So I walk in the apartment and it's quiet. And I think nothing of it, right? And I look, the door to Fernanda's bedroom, she had the bedroom at the end of the hall. So when you walk into like the living area, dining areas right here, kitchen's behind me, her room's at the end of the hall. You pass the bathroom to get to her room. And the door to her room was open. And I see our infant daughter. So again, we first got Ellie when baby girl was, let's say 9 months. She was there for a full year. So that equals 12, 21 months. So yeah, she's a toddler. She was walking, but she's a baby. She's not even 2 years old yet. I saw her knocked out on Fernanda's bed. So she's laying on the bed asleep. Guys, literally tribe. I'm doing emails on my phone. I look back. She's sleeping. Aw. I automatically assume Fernanda must be like organizing her closet, because across the room from her bed was a closet. So I'm like, I couldn't see that angle, of course, I'm going straight, but I just assumed like that's what she's doing. In my mind, I mean, immediately, she must be organizing her closet, because I don't see her. And the only thing that I cannot see from this vantage point, this angle, is the closet. I sit down on the couch. I'm doing emails. About 4 to 5 minutes passed, you guys. I didn't hear anything. I'm like, if she's organizing the closet, shouldn't I like hear hangers? And I mean, shouldn't I hear some activity? It was quiet. I get up off the couch. I'm like, Fernanda, because I'm not gonna barge in her room, even though the door's open. I'm respectful, right? I'm like, Fernanda, no answer. I run back to that room, you guys. Why is my infant daughter by herself? What? Why? I call that girl's phone so fast. So fast, no answer. Call my husband. I am beyond angry, upset. I'm like, babe, look, I cannot believe I got home early and baby girl is all by herself. I can't find Fernanda. She's not answering her phone. She's not in that. He's like, wait, slow down. You're telling me that our daughter is by herself in a New York apartment, right? I'm like, yes, she's by herself. I got home like 15 minutes ago. I saw her sleeping, but I assumed Fernanda was like working or cleaning in her closet. And there's no one here. There's no one here. As I'm yelling at him on the phone, here she comes in the front door. When that girl saw my face, she knew what was up. Oh, I was downstairs doing laundry. Well, where is it? Where's oh, it's drying right now. I just wanted to make sure that all her clothes were clean before I was off this weekend, and I was gonna be right back. I was like, girl, bro, I've been here for 15 minutes now. I have been here for 15 minutes. At least you've been gone for that long. You guys, I was like, I can't talk to you. I was so enraged. Hubs was like, just calm down. He's like, we'll talk to her when I get home. Just take the baby, like go to the park. Like I was gonna hurt somebody. Like I'm not a fighter. I'm not trying to play. I don't fight. I've never been in a fight. I don't do that. But at that moment, when it comes to my family, that means my hubsters, my babies, my dad, my sister, my brother, my niece, don't play with me. Don't play. That's why I quit preschool. I don't play. All right, well, I'm running late, you guys. I gotta go. Okay. He's like, just take her out the house, go somewhere, and we'll talk to her. So I take the baby, because she's awake by now, right? I take her to the park. Hubsters gets home. When he gets home, he contacts the agency, the head. From work, he emailed them. That's what he did. We got home, we called her case manager and the head of the New York office and told her what had happened. Because he came straight home. He sure did. And I remember because he's like, let's go to the Mets game and just have a good night. And we'll talk to her when we get back. We'll think things through, because her case manager was like all about, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's a one-time mistake. Give her another chance. La-di-da, la-di-da. And we thought about it. And that was her chance. That was her chance. And so we got home from the game. We had to explain to her. Well, he did. I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't talk to her. So Hubsters explained to her that, you cannot leave a child by themselves, even if it was just for 1 minute. She could have fallen off the bed. There were no rails on the bed. And if the police were to come because of an accident, we are held responsible. Her parents, not you. We are her legal guardian. She is our responsibility. If anything were to happen to her, it would be on our shoulders. We love her. She's our child. You are never supposed to leave a child alone. Leave the apartment. We were on the 6th floor, an elevator all the way to the basement where the laundry was. We had laundry in the building, but it was in the basement. God forbid an emergency occurs, a fire breaks out, the elevator, can't see the elevator, you're on the steps. Like, so many things could happen. And you have left her by her lonesome for at least 15 to 18 minutes. And I was like, you're a liar, because where's the laundry? Where's the laundry? You're a liar. You're, on top of being irresponsible, you're a liar. So Hubsters, he thinks what happened was that one of her cute little friends came by the building to see her. The baby had fallen asleep, and she was just, chatting it up downstairs on the benches, the little courtyard. She was chatting it up with her friends, lost track of time. I don't care. Unfortunately, there were no more chances to be had. It's really unfortunate. And so the way that the agency worked is that we can't just like kick her out tomorrow. Like, you have to go home tomorrow. We can't do that. She had 14 days to find another host family. But of course, the new host family is gonna ask her, like, what happened with the previous? I was waiting. Please, somebody call me for a reference, please. I want to be a reference. Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you that she left my child unattended for an unknown amount of time. Please call for a reference. I got your reference. So because we decided not to, she had a visa, right? So on this visa, she had to be employed and be a student. We didn't want her. She's not fit. She's not doing that again. No, learned our lesson. We're not, Thank God I was early that day. Thank God I came home early. We don't need another chance. Nope, sorry. It's not gonna work. So she had 2 weeks to find a new family, but during those 2 weeks, she had to still live with us. When I tell you that was the most awkward 2 weeks, I wanted nothing to do with her. I didn't want her to touch the baby, be around the baby. You're a careless person. This is the most important thing in my life. So because she did not find a replacement family, she ended up going back home at the end of those 2 weeks, and we ended up getting a new au pair in her place. That's a whole other story time if you want that one, you guys. She was a mess. You guys, thank God for his grace, thank God for his mercy. When it comes to being parents in New York City, it is not easy, and I have been through it. I got au pair stories, I have babysitter stories, I have daycare stories. What y'all want? What y'all want? Yeah, but that is the time that our au pair left my less than 2-year-old unattended by herself in our New York City apartment. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I was like, where's that laundry? Because right now you're lying. And what you're not going to do is sit here and lie in my face. I'm so thankful that I can laugh now. Nothing bad happened, but that was that. I think I have PTSD over that. I swear I do. I swear I do. It's my first baby. Ooh. Anywho, have an amazing. Have you guys have any like crazy stories? Put them in the comments below. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, tribe.